getting on actually live doing draft, the NBA and NFL draft next week, and actually inviting people to just kind of listen in and actually view us. And I actually may reach out to maybe like 2 other cats to get on with us, our actual chat, and give them the invite. And we actually just be on doing the first round of the draft. Just, whenever you can get in, if you need to pop off, pop in and out. But we just kind of be on just doing our thing on during the draft time.
All right. Who is it? Wait a minute. Is that Dolla? Is that Brooklyn? That's Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, we in the house.
We got the original 5 in the original 6 in the house.
Yo, I'm telling you, man.
I didn't think y'all recognized me. I got the Brooklyn hat inside out.
This is the original
I'm on the
6.
protest right now.
You on the protest, man? I'm under so much protest that the Wizards just won a playoff series. Like, you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
The Bulls was under protest too.
They're gonna be under protest, yeah.
They were really under protest. Like, what in the world? 69 points in a game?
75-69. There will be no half-off pizza for them. None. No, the only reason I say that.
Oh man.
The reason I say that is that I won't promote and call the pizza place, but one of the pizza establishments here in the local Charlotte area were giving out free orders, or not free, but half off of your online orders when the Bobcats scored 90 points during the playoffs.
So that ain't happening out there either.
Hey, it happened twice. So today you can go online and order.
They scored 90 points?
Stuff. Last night they scored 90 points, and game 3 they scored 90 points.
And lost by 20, right?
Hey man, look here. All I know is
that's what the promotion was about.
That wasn't
what the promotion was about. The
all about
promotion wasn't about them winning. The promotion was about them putting up 90 points.
That's
focus on the
realistic promotion.
I don't even know what to think about the NBA playoffs. I don't know if to be mad or disappointed or happy or.
Cuzzo, what's your topics of discussion?
Hey, we should start with the NBA playoffs. What the hell is going on? The Thunder about to lose. The Bulls just lost.
The Pacers. You know the Pacers need to be
the
the first thing
Pacers
we
are
talk
taking
about.
me through the paces. Is what they are doing.
I can weigh in on OKC really fast.
Okay.
I think the chemistry has been disrupted, and I think that if you're the head coach, you're visible at the games. You can see what's going on. People can see that you see what's going on. You have a responsibility, man. You got an obligation to the team. Your man Westbrook is a loaded gun. Okay, he's hurting and he's helping, but he's hurting and then he's but then he's hurting. Durant, I'm telling you, that kid has flashes of greatness. He really does, but he just doesn't know when to stop.
But the only argument I'll say is that he did the same thing 2 years ago and they made the finals.
Yeah.
What do you want? I mean, he did it 2 years ago and it was in the finals.
But we're talking about 2014. It's not working right now. It's not the same team. You had other pieces. You can't do that now. You got Durant out there trying to run a gun. That's not your game. That's not your game, KD. He's the best shooter in the league. Get him the ball, man.
Hey, Kevin Durant apparently got some David Robinson syndrome. So I would hope that he could,
Why'd you don't do that?
Hey,
oh boy.
Dollar. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm with you, kid. I'm with you on that.
Tell him.
Let somebody come and just take your team.
Just take your team.
That's what I'm saying.
Dwayne Wade syndrome?
Yep. Here you go, Tim Duncan. No, Dwayne Wade.
I don't know about Dwayne Wade syndrome.
I just threw it out there.
No. Dwayne Wade already had his championship.
Right. He said,
like,
you
got
one too? Okay.
Because at the end of the day, with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James.
That was Dwayne Wade's championship. That was Shaq's championship.
It doesn't matter. He got one more than LeBron James. And as long as LeBron James plays with him, he's going to be chasing Dwayne Wade.
That's right.
As long as he plays with Dwayne Wade, he's going to be chasing Dwayne Wade in the championship.
No matter.
That's
You just got to be the right team at the right time.
I think the Pacers hurt themselves. I think they're focused. I think they burned out. Hibbert looks like he's 80 years old. I mean, that man needs. He looks like he's in pain.
It's hard. It's hard for me to believe that they're telling me that a trade for Evan Turner and getting rid of Danny Granger has messed that team up. That is not. That cannot.
That's not
be
the
reason.
case. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. They focus so much on home court advantage and being the best team in the NBA.
Danny Granger was terrible,
and they burned out as a unit collectively.
He was on. Well, Jason, won't he on our All-B team? Danny Granger, our All-B team.
He was on the.
on the All-B team.
He was getting there.
Yeah.
He was right. He was almost on the. No, he was on.
Dude, he's the only All-Star that didn't play 2 minutes in the Olympics.
I'll take him.
He played 2 minutes in the Olympics. 2 minutes.
He's on the B team, but Hibbert's on the garden tool list.
Yes.
He is killing me right now.
Yes.
Killing me right now. I mean,
it's killing everybody.
That man
was big man go completely invisible.
He went.
Big man go completely invisible.
Ask Dwight Howard.
Stop.
No, but
Dwight Howard is actually balling a little bit. He just gave
Wait, and stop me if I'm wrong. I don't think Dwight Howard has ever gone 12 minutes and 0 and 0 and 0 in all facets of the game.
I'm not,
and not look pitiful while you doing it. Just sit on the like.
Listen, I'm not saying that about Dwight Howard, but what I will say is this, and I want to see what you guys say. When Shaq played, he played center, and he was huge, and he played like it every day, every night, every game. Does Dwight do that?
But Shaq.
Have you seen the shoulders on Dwight?
But Dwight ain't Shaq though.
Yeah, Dwight ain't Shaq. And we're all willing to agree that Dwight Howard is a soft man.
Let me just jump in on this because I was one of the biggest. I still am one of the biggest Shaq fans ever. Yeah. But Oliver Miller, I don't know if y'all remember him. But Oliver Miller has some big shoulders, but he never dominated the game like Shaq. So Shaq is on a whole other level, and the league was different when he was in the league. I mean, Shaq changed the rules. You can play zone now because of Shaq. Right?
True.
Dwight Howard, I've seen Dwight Howard personally, and he's really not that big a dude. He may have some nice shoulders.
Also weekend, remember? Yeah.
I mean, the dude's legs is like toothpicks. You can move him out the paint if you got enough strength.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not built like a Shaq. He's lost some of his explosiveness. I don't know, maybe due to the injury, maybe due to the wear and tear. But
lack of confidence.
He can't get up like he used to, because he used to be able to finish and dunk that ball when he was underneath the paint. But right now you'll see a couple of layups and seeing him miss dunks and that type of thing.
That game? You saw the one?
I can't knock Dwight Howard for the way he's been playing. I think that what I'd like to see him do is be more intimidating on the defensive end. And he did that during the last game.
But Dolla, let me ask you, you don't feel that as big as he is? Okay.
He's not that big.
The camera adds 10 pounds then, obviously. Because that dude looks massive.
You see him stand next to LaMarcus Aldridge on the court. Like when he's guarding LaMarcus Aldridge, they are like they're the same height. They're the same weight. I mean,
LaMarcus Aldridge got more base. He's got more base. He's got a lot more base, like lower body base.
Yeah, that's why you see Robin Lopez. I mean, he's trying to manhandle Robin Lopez, but he can't. He has to go around Robin Lopez. He can't go through.
I think Dwight Howard has advantages, and he has taken advantage of his athleticism. He's obviously a freak of nature when it comes to the aspect of athleticism. But what slows your athleticism down is your injuries. I mean, the man had a back injury. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're not going to be able to jump and explode. But the point you're making is that, in certain cases, he still should be dominating from a skill standpoint.
But he doesn't have the skill.
But he doesn't have the skill. He doesn't.
Okay, I'll take that because
and apparently he's not coachable because they've had several big men work with him.
Well, I'm looking at a Roy Hibbert, though.
You can't explain that, Lonice. You can get Akeem Olajuwon can work with me for a whole year, and that is going to make me be able to do what Akeem can do.
You should be able to do not necessarily what Akeem can do. You should be able to improve your game. I'm not saying become Akeem Olajuwon, but you could improve your game.
He's putting up like 20 in this series. I can't knock him right for that.
Okay, Lonice, I just want to piggyback on that. You know, he may not be able to do what Hakeem could do, but shouldn't he be able to impose his will because his game isn't like Hakeem's game.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You know, he doesn't have that.
I don't know what game his game like.
Thank you. That's what I'm getting at.
His game is athleticism.
He looks good. He looks
game,
good getting off the bus. That's about
his game is supposed to be the run. He's supposed to be able to outrun the other big man that's guarding him.
Right.
Beat him down, catch a couple alley oops, get deep position, and throw up a couple hook shots. He's not. Right. I was impressed with him, and I think it was game 2 when he came out real aggressive,
beasting.
And Shaq was saying barbecue chicken time. I mean, I was impressed because I didn't think he had that in him.
But I give him his credit for this. But the original conversation was about Mr. Roy Hibbert and how he had no this dude.
Well, now, in Roy Hibbert's defense, he has left an imprint on every game.
What defense?
That he is hot garbage.
Here
on the hot garbage.
What defense? He ain't defending nobody right now but himself.
But he has left an impression. It is strong.
I think
the
imprint, but that's sad is that the imprint is that Indiana got 3 centers that are all 7 feet and they ain't doing none of them. Mahimi is the best one. What the heck? Andrew Bynum. What the heck?
Don't you get started on Andrew Bynum. We told me and Lonice told you about that.
We have told you about Andrew Bynum. We told you before it all went down. We did.
Bynum been missing for 4 years.
Want to play basketball no more. He is done.
He is done. But
Bynum been missing for 4 years.
But what is George Hill, Dolla, George Hill? Why is he still employed, man?
George Hill, he actually had a good game yesterday. I was surprised. I was like, wow, you actually got some heart. You got some pride.
Well,
you don't want to look like garbage for the whole.
He sucks the whole time. He might as well play good one game.
They should have got Granger and got rid of Hill.
He's from Indianapolis. Why do you think he's on the team?
I know.
I don't know if George. There comes a point in time where poise and being even keeled just looks soft. And George Hill, it got to that point.
There you go, son.
We don't believe you anymore, man. We just know that's soft. That's
he being too Donovan McNabb for the NBA.
Call it whatever you want.
Well, the sad thing is that they have no leader on that team. Paul George can say what he wants, but I don't really think they look at Paul George and say, "You're gonna lead us to the promise."
That's a great point.
I don't think there's
Paul George eat too much fried catfish.
And you can't look at the coach because the coach looked like a deer in headlights.
See,
I'm looking at him on the sideline. He's like, "Yo, am I supposed to call the timeout right here?"
Right.
Right,
man. It's a shame that he looked like he was.
I like Vogel, man, but he is not doing a good job. Is he?
But he looks. But here's my thing, though. As the coach, when your team is falling apart, I need you to be able to pull it back together.
So
they shouldn't pan you on the sideline and you look like you're about to cry. That's never a good look.
Okay,
that's what I need from my coach.
Okay, so what's going on in OKC then? What's going on in OKC?
The same thing you said. Scott Brooks is not pulling the reins on Westbrook.
Because I'm gonna tell you this.
Because your boy is balling. What's the dude that played for that backs Westbrook up?
Reggie Jackson.
That dude is balling.
I tell you this.
Wasn't it the last game or the game before last? He's the reason they won. It was Reggie Jackson.
That dude that's a ball player. That's a ball player right there.
I tell you what, that boy Westbrook will not be playing for Popovich.
Oh,
I'll tell you that.
Well, that's the thing.
Not
Deon,
doing that.
I see. There's certain coaches where you look at their team and you be like, he run his team.
Yes.
Popovich run his team. Mm-hmm. Tom Thibodeau gets the most out of every player on his stat, on his roster.
Except for tonight.
Except for tonight. Except for the night.
They missing Rose, man. They missing that boy.
Hey, that ain't why they lost that game.
But this is the thing. This is the other thing, though. If Derrick Rose, but this is the thing. If Derrick Rose is playing, do they look at Derrick Rose and say, "I believe because you're here"? No.
Oh, really?
No.
You really believe that?
Nope.
No,
Rose is a leader.
Because the past 2 years they got to the playoffs without him.
Rose feeds off?
If D Rose is 100%, if he's
Joakim Noah is the heart and soul of that team.
But if D Rose, but if D Rose is 100% or close to it, you can't deny the man's talent. I mean,
You can't.
I never said he wasn't talented.
He
Just
not a
to
talent.
me, he's
You
not the
said
heart
it.
and soul of the team.
Jay,
Right,
you had
because
Jay,
he hasn't
Jay,
been there,
Jay.
and they're still getting there without him.
Hey, Tory, right? Hey, Jay, you had a high ankle sprain, and you sat out some games. I ain't say you had no heart.
I played. I had a high ankle sprain.
And you played all right. 2 plays, and you sat your head.
Hey, I'm not getting paid.
Because it was hurting.
I ain't getting paid. I ain't getting paid.
Hey, where your heart, Jay?
Ain't nobody questioned my heart when I played. All I'm saying is, I didn't say, hey man, I got a stomachache. I'm gonna sit down for the next 10 games. You know, I didn't shut myself down. I didn't shut myself down, even though I'm 100%.
Oh boy.
Well, speaking of heart, I'm gonna get a Clipper some props for, playing the game, man. And we can go ahead and get into this Donald Sterling thing right now.
Oh, I thought I missed it. Okay.
No, you ain't missing nothing. We ain't talking to y'all.
We started with the playoffs.
So I can play now.
All I got to say. All I'm saying is that.
Go ahead, Jay.
Dollar, where you been, boy?
There's a lot. Hey, I'm gonna just preface it like this. There's a lot of tentacles to this octopus.
Oh, there's all over.
There's a lot of stuff we can talk about with this.
All I'm gonna say is these girls ain't loyal. That's all I'm saying. And I mean, these girls ain't loyal.
Jay, you can't do that. Jay.
Donald Sterling got caught with the okie doke. And I'm sitting here.
That man got caught out there, did he?
But then I heard on the His and Hers podcast.
Not the His and Hers.
They said that he told her to record the conversation so he could remember what he said. And I'm like,
yes,
I really hope
supposedly he's forgetful.
And I'm like,
that's what he is.
So I was like,
supposedly.
I'm like, so you made your old man?
How old is the guy? 82 or 79?
And I'm like,
82.
And I'm like, so a billionaire,
He's a year younger than Al Davis.
A billionaire.
Prev, stop it.
But this is the thing: the billionaire let the thing that has toppled kingdoms for centuries take him out.
Well,
I mean,
I would like to interject right here.
That's the lady.
I would like to interject right here.
Okay.
As a woman, and one of these days, men are gonna learn.
She has no
security. Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there.
Go ahead, Lonice.
Look here. The is undefeated.
Wow.
Undefeated.
Wow.
Undefeated.
There goes
Billions
the show.
have tried.
There goes the show.
That ain't the show. That's the truth.
Billions have tried
to
and
learn.
billions have failed.
I'm losing.
You have got to learn. Well, here's what you're not gonna do: is
Better
win
than Money
that
Mayweather.
battle.
I'm telling you.
First of all,
win that battle.
he's
Stop.
80. How much can I mean?
Really?
They got
8 to 80, dumb, crippling, crazy.
They got pills, man.
Undefeated.
You know what?
Undefeated.
They got
One down king.
And let's not get into too much detail about it because I don't even want to think about it like
Y'all
that.
saw Troy. Y'all saw Troy. Y'all saw what happened to Troy.
There's a lot. There's a lot to be said about this, and how a 23-year-old could not have any more ambition for her life and herself. Is beyond reason for me because it actually encourages me to really I don't know, to help guide younger women, younger people, my nieces, if I have a daughter in the future, because that to me is the ultimate. That's just no
Jason,
ambition.
you got a hard road to go, my friend.
There is
you got a hard road to keep on the straight.
I mean, this is some movie stuff. This is a lifetime.
I'm gonna need you to keep.
I tried to tell people I don't understand.
What time does Love and Hip Hop come on?
Exactly, and that's exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Why are we watching that stuff? Why are we watching
Real Housewives?
It happens in front of us all the
Blood, sweat, and heels.
Yeah.
Black ink.
Black ink.
I think also, that I'm over it, man. It's 2014. Some beliefs you need to just let go. All right, racism
all over the place, man.
Racism, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. People of color are here and we're everywhere. So what are you gonna do?
Let's be real about this whole situation. Let's everybody just take a deep breath and be real about what really happened in this whole conversation. The man talked about Magic Johnson. Come on, man. You can't do that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on, man. That was it right there. You talk about Magic Johnson, it's a wrap.
You can't pretend you hate Magic Johnson.
You can't. It's magic. The $1 million smile. The 10 feet jumper. He ran down the court and he shot the 10 feet jumper. And he said, yeah, look at him dribble the ball at the court and he shot the 10 feet jumper.
Showtime.
Let me tell y'all something, man.
He said, I can do this.
I met Magic at the airport like 10 years ago. And at 6:30 in the morning, the dude was checking in. Magic Johnson checking him on himself, and he's in the line right in front of me, and nobody's bothering him. This guy stands up, and he looks way down at me, and I said, "Hey, Magic, what's up?" He said, "Hey, bro, what's up?" I felt good for 8 days, man. Magic smiled at me.
Felt good for 8 days.
So what sort of reprehensible person could possibly
could ever
be? I don't care if it's 40. I don't care if you're talking to a stuffed animal. You can't sit there and tell your stuffed animal or your blankie or your binky or whatever that you got a problem with Magic Johnson. You
it's just not going to happen, bro.
But here's the thing. The ignorance is that he didn't have a full problem. He was okay if she was sleeping with Magic Johnson. Just don't come to the games with him or take pictures with him.
Just don't come up there.
Don't publicize. That's the mental illness.
Dollar, get in this, man. Get in this, man.
Mental illness.
Get in this.
Hey, Dolla.
Let me first start off by saying that if I'm going to lose, I want to lose like Donald Sterling. So,
right.
True.
He's going to earn a lot of money this year. But on the, I've heard all the comments from everybody on TV and radio today, and I got to say that something that I really didn't think was initially that big a deal. Just from, I wasn't surprised by those types of comments I said in private and those types of things, but it was really interesting to see everybody's viewpoints, and I don't think that there was a right or a wrong answer to what the players did. I thought that what they did, I applaud them for trying to take some type of stand. Some people wanted to see them just completely boycott the game, but there's a lot of hidden stories.
I didn't get that. Yeah, man.
I didn't get that at all.
Go ahead, don't remember bad Dollar. Go ahead, man.
One of the things that I applaud LeBron about, and I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but when it comes to issues where he has a lot to lose in the public relations sector, whether it be the Trayvon Martin issue, whether it be an issue like this, there's one area where he's better than Jordan.
Oh yeah.
He's not afraid to come out and sacrifice taking hits in order to take a stand, regardless of how many Republicans may buy LeBron sneakers. I've gained a respect for LeBron from that standpoint. He's the best player in the league, and he made a statement publicly, not a written statement.
Right.
Like Michael Jordan did.
Quick.
A statement right off the top in his own words on national TV. Get the right words together to express yourself at his age. I have to give him props for that. And for him to follow up what the Clippers did, lead his team to kind of mimic their protest, whether you agree with how they did it or not, I thought was also something that he should be applauded.
I ain't seen no Capri's being thrown down in the middle of that court.
You know what, Prev, hush. It was no time to protest Capri's. I really
There's always a time to
I'm like you,
protest
Dolla.
Capri's.
I am not the biggest, I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan. In fact, I'm a critic on most occasions. But the Trayvon Martin instance and in this one, I really respected what he did. It was one of those things where it's like a man who will stand for nothing will fall for anything. And he stood his ground on that. I appreciated, even though some people didn't appreciate what the Clippers did as far as their protest, I appreciated the fact that they did kind of a solid protest. They didn't sit out. I didn't really support the whole let's sit out and boycott the game.
No.
Not unless, because then you're forfeiting the game. The only way that was going to work is if the Warriors agreed not to play too.
It's not a right or wrong choice at that point.
Not a right or wrong choice.
You can choose the reason. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, there's somebody calling us a name right now.
Oh, no question.
And the point I'm making is relative to if we know it or not.
Probably know who they are.
Yeah, and we may even know something.
You can guess.
I think the biggest thing me and Jay talked about, or somebody talked about, was that the fact that there were some people so outraged. I can't believe he said this, and I'm like, really? Are y'all blind?
Where have you been for the last 15 years?
Where you been living in? I don't care what I do every day in my job or in life, or walk down the street. You to be so outraged and so just caught off guard? What world are you living in?
Because those are the people that have bought into that this is a post-racism country and world. And the fact of the matter is that this country was built on the back of prejudice and racism. It's not going anywhere. And just because you don't address it and don't talk about it doesn't mean it's not there.
Which is why I didn't see the point of sitting out a game.
Like everybody is saying, and like Pete was saying, there's no right or wrong answer. I had some discussions with some people today that were older than me, where Muhammad Ali was their role model. And Muhammad Ali, when he decided not to enter the draft and go to prison as a result, they didn't necessarily compare the two, but they compared the degree to which they compared the degree of impact of the type of statement that you make. And the argument that they're providing that I can understand is if you really wanted to see if what didn't happen that happened today with Adam Silver coming and putting the hammer down and lifetime ban and saying we're going to take away the team, if that didn't happen and they decided that they were going to sit out the game, within 24 hours, something of consequence would have happened because the NBA would have been totally embarrassed.
Yes.
Sponsors would have been ducking out tenfold. They would have been losing tons of money. They would. They would put the NBA in just a tailspin of how to recover from this.
It wouldn't.
And that I can't disagree that would have been a huge impact and would have pushed action to happen sooner if what didn't happen today had not happened.
And the thing about it is with that too is like I was telling somebody, I said American football is the most popular sport in America. I mean, I don't think there's any question about that from the standpoint of revenue. I mean, the types of fans, women, children, everything.
You said America, right?
I'm saying America.
America.
But when you talk about the NBA, it's a global impact, man. Like I tell somebody, the most popular player in China wasn't Yao Ming. It was Kobe Bryant. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, the NBA, they know they can't. If you take a media black eye, it's the money. You're going to get a hit, and you got to make a move. So like you said, if something like that would have went down, they would have jumped all over that. And for what happened today with Adam Silver and all the things that happened, give him his props. He did what he had to do. He almost didn't have a choice to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he know what he was looking at. He was looking at, he was like, all them sponsors are already pulling out now. Could you imagine? If I come out here and say,
and it was just the Clipper sponsors.
It was just a Clipper sponsor,
and he's not done anything.
Oh my God!
It was going to be
it was going to be bad.
And that was where, and which I think one of the reasons too why, well, in my mind, I think one of the reasons why probably the players didn't sit out immediately is kind of like Dolla was saying, if something hadn't been done today, might have been different, but you had to, because he had already had a press conference. Said he was going to address it. You have to give the league the opportunity to do their jobs. You got to do the commissioner. You got to give him a minute because he's, everybody.
I'm sure that's what Kevin Johnson was saying all along.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson was real liberal. I mean, he was real cool about it.
Yeah, you got to give due process. And even though when Sterling released his statement, at no point did he ever say it's not me on the recording. He said it was taken out of context. it's not how I really feel. He didn't say, no, that's not me.
She set me up.
Hey, what'd you tell me, Jay?
She set me up.
Jay, what you say? And nobody denied it. Nobody.
I said that. I said that the first day. I said he didn't say it.
He never pulled the Shaggy and go, it wasn't me. He was just like, but no, y'all didn't hear it right.
He was Marion Barry. That's what
he said a lot of words to say it. He said a lot of words to say it wasn't me, when all he had to say was it wasn't me.
Yeah,
he tried
and he
to
never
say
said that.
and when your team president comes out and says what he said, talking about it's the antithesis of what we believe in, what we stand for, whatever. You ain't got to say antithesis.
That's a Stephen A. word, man.
Right. You ain't got to do all that. Just say it.
Well, I was waiting for the good old boys to come and I was waiting for the whole crew of Black Friends. That's what I was waiting for first.
I heard, to be honest with you, T, I heard this man really don't have friends like that in the first place. Larry King said, at least this is what at least Larry King said. Larry King was like, I don't really know if this man has friends, and I know a lot of people in Los Angeles. And
he probably
I guarantee you, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, and a whole bunch of people, DeAndre Jordan, were friends of Donald Sterling before they heard that news come out. I saw all the pictures.
They
looked like they was enjoying themselves to me.
There's also the
Doc Rivers was his homeboy. Everybody was cool with him. Everybody was cool with him until that came out. But here's the other thing. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see it. I put up a spoof, if you will, of a released recording between the NAACP.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah.
Dude, they were going to give him a lifetime award.
Los Angeles branch.
No. Yeah, they were going to give him a second lifetime award. But
like
in the
he was Al Davis.
Yeah, in the spoof recording, dude was like, but no, I've always been a racist. It's documented in the courts. So, how is everybody surprised that all of a sudden I've said these things? Because, no, this is what I've said before. It's in, I've had sexual harassment lawsuits. I've told the black people to get out the building because they smell. I've done all of that.
Yeah, but that's all after the fact,
Well, wait a minute.
Why are you not giving me my award?
But wait a minute. That's integrity. And that LA chapter has none, and they ought to be ashamed of themselves because that's downright poor.
Wait a minute, integrity. I thought it was good integrity to somebody pay you and you provide a service.
You're right. Maybe I'm. I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, Deon,
you old school.
Good PR costs money.
You that old school black
good
person.
PR costs.
That's right. Yeah, I'm the dummy because I tell you what.
Look.
Them people ought to be kicked out of that office and stripped of their whole responsibilities.
It's the Deon in Los Angeles. It's the
accountability, responsibility, and the spoon fed the truth.
They need to be smacked across. No, they need to be smacked with the spoon. Yeah. They need to get the spoon, one of them big black spoons your grandmother had on the wall, and just get a good slap.
Yes.
That's downright
disgraceful. Epic.
Disgraceful.
Can I speak? Can I get at him, man? Can I get at him?
Yes,
Before Stephen A. started calling the NBA the association, the NCAA was the original association. You understand that? Now, see, I checked some. I went and did a little research yesterday, and former president of the NCAA, Roy Wilkins' name came up, and I checked his vitals on Wikipedia because Wikipedia never lied.
Yeah, NAACP.
That's right. Did I say NCAA?
Yeah, you said NCAA.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That's my autocorrect.
Oh God.
Boy said same.
NAACP was the original association, and Roy Wilkins. If you know you're bad. The people is bad when you're on Wikipedia, and Roy Wilkins, his height and weight is listed on Wikipedia. 6'3", 210 pounds. So that's how these cats roll. So it's a get along mentality here. You scratch our backs, we have a chitlin dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Jesus!
bad. It's bad. It's bad, man. It's bad, man.
And it works. And it worked out so well in 2009. They decided to do it again. 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Man, he didn't.
I don't know. I don't have anything else to say, man. Like I said, he got caught. No, man, I'm not.
None.
No, and neither to be honest with you, neither does Donald Sterling. This man is insecure, scared of some young dude snatching up his side chick. The wife is staying in a relationship.
So who's going number one, man? How many wives going number one in the draft, man?
Jay, I hear you, Jay. I hear you, Jay.
They are all ignoring you, Jay.
I'm gonna say my point. What wife call themselves estranged? I've never heard it in my life.
I can't hear him. Can y'all hear him?
Yeah.
I can hear him. I'm listening to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, Jay, they all chasing that dollar.
Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
What the hell is Jay? I don't hear him.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear him just fine.
I heard Jay.
Y'all heard Jay?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing Jay, so I don't know what's going on.
I heard him for a little while, but I think something about slipped out. Now he's gone.
He's going again. I see the smiley picture. So
I can see y'all. I can hear y'all.
Did he?
No, he didn't say Tebow.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm gonna move on because this is already. We know what happens with this. He's always having that issue. I'm not.
I can hear you and see y'all. I'm not.
This is terrible. Anyway, who goes number one in the draft, man?
It goes to Jason.
Joel Embiid.
No, I'm talking about NFL draft, man. You talking about Joel Embiid in the NFL draft?
Oh, NFL draft. I think Jabari Parker.
Yeah, I will probably go. I'm probably gonna go first and hurl because I'm so sick of hearing about Manziel and your boy from Clowney and listen, man.
Why, man?
Just let the people get drafted and let them play.
Okay. You can still have an opinion, Deon. It's okay.
I'm just saying. I don't like. I don't like. I'm over it. I'm done with it.
The draft should have been like 3 weeks ago. Everybody's over it.
It should have been 2 weeks ago. I'm tired of this.
This May 8th thing is for the birds.
I can't listen to any more Cleveland radio. I'm so through.
That bothers me.
That probably wasn't such a good idea.
No, Pete, you should be over it too, because you're in South Carolina. They aren't beating you over the head with Clowney.
No,
dude, Clowney done went from Lawrence Taylor to a bum.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they're not beating in South Carolina. Not beat because nobody in South Carolina believes he's a bust.
Well, I understand. This is the NFL. The draft is a big deal. It's the biggest popular sport in America. But all of this hype about the draft when the contracts are not the same as they used to be.
Thank you.
I don't get it. I don't get it either.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
He has to prove himself in his first contract. So I understand I understand that draft picks at a premium and all that, but your franchise is not going to be set back years.
No,
if you make a mistake on this draft.
No. It's like I don't know if they have an agenda or what, but you're right. That's the thing I'm thinking about. Like, it doesn't matter who goes first. He's not gonna make Jamarcus Russell money.
No, or Sam Bradford money. I guess my thing is that. So.
Yeah.
I'll take the big gamble in the draft.
Okay, now Jason dropped for real this time.
I'll take the biggest question mark in the draft at number one. I'm not going to be hurt.
Yeah, I agree with that. Fellas and lady, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm about to be out too.
Yeah.
Next week I'll be prepared to talk about a fight I paid.
I'm about to, man.
Oh, that's right. The Mayweather fight this weekend.
12 rounds of domination.
Man, I'm done with Mayweather, man. Man, later for him. I'm out.
Well, I think he's gonna make it rain.
Man, he ain't making it rain on old boy.
Yeah.
Who, Pacquiao?
Yes, sir.
Man, I do not want to fight. I do not want to see two 40-year-old men fight. I'm just done with that. They messed it up.
40-year-old men is how we gonna bill it.
I mean, 40-year-old men. 40 years old. It's like a movie with Kevin Hart, man. What's the name of that movie?
Grudge match.
See that guy?
All right, good people.
All right, y'all.
I'm going to watch the Clippers.